What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Quadcast, the show where we get real, get raw, and get loud about mental health, substance use, and the fight to take our lives back.
Each episode, we're cutting through the stigma, dropping knowledge, sharing stories, and bringing the heat with guests who have lived it and aren't afraid to talk about it.
So turn it up, lock in, and let's break barriers, spark change, and build a community that refuses to stay silent. You're tuned into the Quadcast, and let's get into it.
You can find us on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, or email us. The Quadcast is always looking for new guests, whether you're individuals that have experienced it, you're in law enforcement, treatment programs, nurses, doctors, or anyone that just has something to say. Come share your story with us on mental health or substance abuse.
Warning, there's cussing in this video. If you don't like swear words, well, you're
watching the wrong damn show.
What precautions do you take to stay safe during an investigation?
So we like to set boundaries with the spirits.
That's good, because that was another question.
Yeah, no, we set a lot of boundaries. And
when you say boundaries, like, explain that, because personally I don't know what you mean, but I'd say a lot of other people will not.
Setting boundaries like you would with a living person. You set those same boundaries. Hey, do not touch us unless we ask to be touched. Do not, when we're here, we can talk to you, but the second we leave, you cannot come home with us. We normally take a lot more precautions after we investigate.
Okay, so this is a good time for this. What steps do you take to close out or cleanse after a case?
Okay, that's batteries. Never mind. I spilled Frosty all over this bag 3 years ago. Still can't get it all off. So we all normally carry, a lot of us carry holy water. Just in case things get to be too bad. I started carrying a Bible for the same reason. But we normally all have like a little protection kit that we will use. And I will do it to this house because I did bring my equipment inside. My ghosts are used to the equipment. However, a lot of them are not. So,
Hold on.
what?
I'm gonna take a picture of what's on the screen, or that you've laid out here, so that way I'll send it to my computer and I'll pull it up on the screen. That way I can kind of
These have nothing to do with this.
go over. Let's go.
So, I can kind of talk while you do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of us will carry holy water. Like I said, I used to until things got bad and I had to use some of it. Any priest in my area, if you would like to gift with some, that'd be great. But basically, we will cleanse ourselves. We will say, like, I wear a ring now with the Lord's Prayer on it whenever I investigate. I will wear a cross necklace just to alleviate some of that negative energy. Because, I still, for some reason, I think it's because I am a little bit more they know they can feed off me because of mental health reasons, like at asylums and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They know they can kind of get to me more, like the more negative things. So afterwards, we will cleanse with that stick right there. That is dragon's blood. That's what I use to, again, get rid of the kind of some of that negative energy. All you do is you light it and burn it just like an incense. After investigations, like whenever I'm burning them at the house, I will keep the ash from it. These, I do not. These I throw away. Like, I don't keep the ash from them. And I will explain that in a second. So they just burn like a normal incense, and you just have somebody twirl one around your body. We also have the dragon's blood spray. Some of us carry sage, some of us don't. I sometimes do, I sometimes don't. Depends on how I'm feeling that day. So we will use those. We will normally, do a cross over our body just as a precaution. Even if we don't encounter something that night necessarily negative, we still do it. There's sometimes we carry crystals and stuff. Do they work? That's up to your own kind of thing. Tiger's eye and amethyst are like the big one right there, and that one. Those are said to be really good for that. I carry a pocket cross with me wherever I investigate. And then I have a little Bible. This was actually Grandma's. This was Grandma's. It's got some just
family history.
Yep, family history. She's the one that actually got me into the paranormal, wouldn't you know it, when I was a kid. There's just some little Bible verses in here. It's not necessarily a Bible, but it's got like scripture
in the middle
in it.
Back it up just a little bit. Yeah.
Just about certain things like anxiety, stress, eternal life, stuff like that. And then I normally carry like an actual Bible. I don't have it with me. I took it out for some reason. I don't remember why, but and then we carry like salt. I probably should have turned this over. But we will carry cleansing salt.
Hold it up there. Hold on. Oh, it pops up full screen.
We will
back it up,
carry cleansing salt.
Put it in front of your face. There you go.
This is made out of the ash of those incense and salt. And actually, Italian seasoning from the cabinet, because I needed all of the spices that was in Italian seasoning, so I just used Italian seasoning. Okay. And red pepper flakes and stuff like that. Again, if it gets bad. Sometimes I don't ever really use that, but if it gets bad, I will. If I use a pendulum board, I will, if I contact something that I don't necessarily like, I sprinkle that on top of the pendulum board. Pendulum board and a Ouija board, two different things, by the way.
I ain't fucking with either.
Pendulum is used with one of these little guys. A Ouija board is used with a planchette. Mm-hmm. Again, I don't necessarily always do that, but I will set up a boundary. I will say, you are not to come home with me, no matter how much you like me. I'm very likable among the spirits. Alive people, not so much.
What do you think people misunderstand most about paranormal?
That everything's a demon. I was ready for that question. Not everything is a demon. Literally probably 1 in 1,000 ghosts is a demon. So,
what should beginners know before joining the field of paranormal investigations?
start with somebody that knows what they're doing. Because if you don't do that, then you could end up in a really bad pickle and end up hurting yourself or something. So go out and kind of do research. I suggest Adam Kimmel. This podcast is not sponsored by Adam Kimmel, but I wish it was. He owns like 6 locations now, which is insane. He bought one for $1. Yeah, he bought an abandoned building for $1.
Pretty cheap real estate, I'd say.
It's very cheap because the building was like falling apart. But he has locations in Indiana and Ohio. I think maybe one in Tennessee, maybe possibly Kentucky, Tennessee, somewhere like that. He has Madison Seminary, which is a really good place to go if you're in Ohio or just close to Ohio. It's really cool. He has Ohio State or Fairfield County Infirmary. He's got Indiana State Sanitarium. And he's got a couple other places. So definitely look into Adam Kimmel on Facebook. You can find out anything you need to know. That those are really good places to go. Like a starter location because they do public tours there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in West Virginia and don't really want to travel out of the state, West Virginia Penitentiary. What's it called? West Virginia Penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the old penitentiary up in Moundsville. They do tours. I have never been on a tour of Trans-Allegheny before, so I cannot promote that tour because I don't know what it's like. I just know that I personally don't agree with some of the things that they do. Like you can get admitted to the psych ward and become a lunatic, which I don't agree with at all. Like they will give you like they print out this piece of copy paper with I've been admitted and now I'm a lunatic basically, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah, you are.
Don't say that anymore. However, it is a very beautiful place, and I do love Trans-Allegheny. I refuse to genuinely call unless I'm referring it to something, I refuse to call it lunatic asylum. I don't like to call it lunatic asylum. I don't like the word lunatic. But like he's got pictures up there.
They're not showing. But
that
we'll go through the pictures.
Okay, that makes sense. Sometimes in historic places like Louisville, you can find ghost tours, nighttime ghost tours. And if you're local and you really want to go, I can take you. Hit me up. I'll take you. I'll take you right now. Do you want to go? It's snowing. Never mind.
I'm not going anywhere with you. What common mistakes do new investigators make?
Basically opening up things that they don't need to open up, like portals and stuff. Not being educated.
I don't know where you find the keys for that, but don't do
it. Yeah. Trying to mirror scry and opening up a portal. Mirror scrying. That's one of those things that's like a phenomenon that I tried, and I started seeing stuff, and I don't know whether it was that I wanted to see stuff and I was seeing stuff or whatever the case may be, but I've tried to do it several times Somebody tried to give me a scrying mirror, and I was like, do not bring that into my house, actually. So basically, it happens with a black mirror. And they go in there with a little bit of knowledge, like, oh, we're going to light a candle and we're going to open this up. Because mirrors are basically like a travel path for ghosts. And you don't do that.
I'm going to get rid of all my mirrors.
You don't, like, a lot of them will seek out negative stuff, which is dangerous. Because if you manifest that and you seek it out, I'm not going to say you're going to find a demon, but you will find something negative that will push you down the stairs. I've been pushed down the stairs twice.
I've seen somebody pushed off the stairs after leaving a Ouija board on the front steps of a church.
I've been to that church. I can honestly say I have been to that church now, and yes, I believe it.
I used to have a picture of through the window, going up Big Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a picture from the window as they were playing the Ouija board, and in the back pew of that church, you could see like 3 or 4 African Americans sitting in the back.
Yeah, I totally believe that. So
that was right before she got kicked off the porch.
So I knew about that happening because what's her name? That was with you guys.
Andy?
Yeah, Andy told me about that. Yeah. But so that story, you telling me about that, and you guys going out and playing the Ouija board, and then Kenzie, she's Jake Wesley.
Oh, okay.
That is what got me into the paranormal, actually. Like, finally, actually.
We also had a picture up at the Greenberg Ghost. They were playing the Ouija board on our headstone. I was not. I didn't do that.
You don't do that. That's like one of the rules you don't do.
We were standing back taking pictures, and above them there was literally like a cloud of mist over top of them while they were playing on that.
I can show you a video later of my investigation. I can show you a video later of my investigation of that because I was like, I need to, like, I wanted to go full circle with Zona because I've been to the courthouses. I've been to her house. I've been in her house. And I went, her husband.
How long is the video? Do you have it on your phone?
I'm gonna have to go back and find it, but
I was gonna say if you had it close, you could try to send it to me and I'd try to play it.
Yeah. But her husband, the one that killed her, actually was sentenced to West Penn, West Virginia State Penitentiary. So I was like, I need to complete this. I kind of did it out of order. I went to her house first, and then I went back to the courthouse. I kind of walked that path that, he walked to be sentenced and all that. And then I went to West Penn, and then I was like, I need to complete this, not triangle, but this square of Zona. And I was like, I need to go out there to her headstone. So Mom and I went out there, and she went to the headstone with me.
There's a creepy ass place out there.
She literally, you could see the hair on the back of her neck move.
Personally, after both of those experiences, I wouldn't go back there, and I wouldn't go back to the church.
No, it. Yeah, so I was like, I need to go out there. I need to complete this mission of going to all of the places because, I was so enthralled with that once I finally got over my fear of the unknown for the most part because I don't know, I had this itch that I need to scratch. So we went out there and put my camera up and turned the spirit box on, and it was like so many people have been out there to find answers. It's almost like she was just ready to tell her story, and that's what she did. I can't breathe. I'm being choked. My chest is like she was just telling me all these things over the spirit box, and I finally had to get up, stand up, because I literally could not breathe. Like, it was like that man had his hands around my throat, just. And then it literally felt like somebody was having me in a chokehold. And I finally was just like, okay, I'm physically exhausted. Like, I got back to the car and Mom was like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I need to go. I need to go home. I need a nap.
You know the witch up on, what is it?
Kate's Mountain?
Yeah, Kate's. The witch up there.
Mm-hmm.
I had an experience with that once. We were riding across. I can't remember who was with me. Might have been Wesley.
That's probably Wesley.
But we were riding across there one night, and there's nothing in the road. But it was me and a couple people, because some dumbass, well, what is it that you say up there?
I killed your baby 3 times.
Yeah. Well, some dumbass did that out the window. And as we were riding across, and something smacked the side of the truck. Like, there was nothing in the road. It's not like we ran over a stick or anything. And like, there was a handprint like down the side of the truck. Yeah.
Well, I think that's the plan.
I hate that place. We were out of the truck one night. We were trying to scare somebody.
Was it me?
You.
Yeah, because we went snipe hunting up there, and I knew
you.
snipes weren't real.
Yeah.
But yet we were still up there.
That was Wesley.
That was Wesley, because I will never
Wesley.
forgive either one of y'all for that.
Yeah. That was funny. That was probably the only time I've ever been out of the truck up there. Are there any dangers, psychological or physical, that newcomers overlook?
Possession, probably. Like, they want to get possessed, but they don't really realize what that entails. Because, like, for months, me and Will and I want to say Alicia were all having the same nightmare over and over and over again. Because I'm not blaming them for this, because it was late, and they were delusional, and they opened up a portal, and then what came out of that portal hated me the most, and I wasn't even there. It just followed them, and then I was with them at Post Town, and then that thing was aggravating all of us that whole time, that whole weekend, because it was a whole weekend of investigations. Like, we did like 12 investigations that weekend. Yeah, that one sucked, because I feel like because I mean, they're not new. Like, I'm not blaming them for that, but because they're gonna watch this, I told them to watch it. Sorry for me telling y'all it was live. My bad. But they kind of opened up that portal. Yeah, they opened up that portal down at the Thomas House Motel in Tennessee. Red Boiling Springs, by the way, if you all ever want to go down there. They do investigations. But they opened up that thing down there, and then Will and I became the prime targets of it. I think it's because I pulled him out of the room after he got like choked. And then he was like, actually, I don't like you anymore. And it literally called me out. And he was like, the whore with the blue hair over the spirit box. And I'm like, why am I a whore?
So here's some controversial questions.
Ooh.
I think these may bounce off some people and create some discussions within the viewers. Do you think most paranormal investigators are fooling themselves or their clients?
If somebody
Because
is
there's a lot
doing
of
it,
people out here that don't believe this shit.
I know.
And I mean, I do, because I've had those experiences. Like, I just don't fuck with it. Like, I'd rather act like it doesn't exist
All right.
until it does, and then
Yep.
I get creeped out.
So I'm gonna say something, and I'm not. I want to call him out, but I don't want to get sued for defamation of
Well, let's
character
not
or
do that.
something.
Don't get me canceled already. I'm just now in season 2.
So let me just start off with saying, if most of the people that do it for money and come in and investigate your house and they charge you and all that stuff, I don't believe them. I'm not gonna lie. I do not believe them. If somebody says that they're a demonologist, somebody certain, if you're watching this, y'all know who I'm talking about. Says that they're a demonologist, specifically like a 24-year-old dude with long blonde hair. Says that they're a demonologist.
You guys
After
don't
one,
see me after this, the paranormal guys have got me.
says that they're a demonologist. Zach Bagans. That's not who it was, but that was funny because Zach Bagans is a fraud. You can't tell me otherwise.
Oh my god.
Everybody says that. I think it's like,
Yeah, if everybody jumped off a bridge, I'd so do it too.
I know somebody that could find me if I did jump off a bridge.
Get back to.
Anyway, so if they don't provide like 15 years of documentation that they're a demonologist, they're not a demonologist.
Where do you source information on that?
You go through actual school to become a demonologist. Like,
Is
you
that
got
an online college course?
You know, Catholic priests do it. Exorcists, like if they're not a legit exorcist, they're scheming you for that money.
If they don't have a college degree, they're a fraud.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not believing something that's some 24-year-old kid saying, "Oh, I'm a demonologist." No, you're not. No, you're not.
Have you ever faked or exaggerated evidence to make a case more exciting?
I have not. I can swear on the Bible right now. I have never faked evidence. I have my papers.
Why should anyone trust paranormal evidence when it can't be scientifically replicated?
Don't believe it. Don't believe it until it happens to you. You don't have to believe a single thing I'm saying right now. You don't have to believe a single thing. I'm not making you believe a single thing.
What's one reason that someone could trust paranormal evidence?
If it's like right there in front of them, like that picture of the kid, or that weird little shadow in the special needs room.
Do you think it takes like that kind of evidence for most people to believe paranormal?
Yeah, like people want to see that physical evidence. It's a lot easier to get somebody to actually genuinely like believe it if they're there and it actually happens. Like, I said I'd mention him later. My friend Zach. So, which you should definitely have him on the podcast. But we decided he's from Ohio.
There's the problem.
And we just
Some bitch can't drive, can he? Does he drive in the right or left lane?
He drives in the correct lane that you should be driving in.
All right, dude. Then.
Yeah, and no matter what anybody tells you, his wreck was not his fault. Somebody hit him. Anyway, so he was very skeptic of it. He's like very religious, and he was very skeptical of it. So I said, I calculated. I said, it's like 5 hours. It's a 5-hour trip coming down here. He said, you come up here. I said, you come down here. I'm busy. So he did. And the whole, it was like a week we were planning this. Like we found out like a week in advance that he was going to come down here. I said, now he had been watching several paranormal people, but he was still a skeptic. Like he did something when he was in high school. He did some sort of paranormal thing whenever he was in high school. And like, he's kind of been a skeptic, but he believed it, but he was a skeptic. A skeptical believer, if you will. So I was racking my brain that whole week. Where can I take him? North House was closed that day, so I couldn't even take him in the North House because I was like, that would make somebody not skeptical anymore. So I was like, where has been one of the craziest places where he would not expect something to happen? But like, oh, hey, we're going to go in this place real quick. And that's what we did. I took him to the cemetery where Dad's buried. Because me and Jonathan had so much crazy crap happen there whenever we went. I was like, I'm going to take him here, and we're not going to go I'm not going to say we're going for paranormal related things. We're just going to go because it's easier to take something that's a non-believer to a cemetery because there is like evidence there. Like that's where I took Jonathan to teach him where everything, like how everything works.
I haven't seen him since.
He's still in that house we went in.
That's a fact. I ain't seen him since.
I haven't seen him since either.
Scared the shit out of him.
So I was just like, hey, do you want to go see a really cool mausoleum? And he's going to figure out that that's not why we were there right now. This was a setup. This was a trap. So I was like, hey, you're going to meet my dad and go to a really cool mausoleum? He goes, well, those two things I have in common. Mm. And then a week later, he wasn't even thinking. Like, he didn't even think about me saying that. So we started driving down there. We were going to go to the Greenbrier, too. I said, hey, pull in this, pull right here, next right. He said, okay. So we did. He goes, hold on. Oh, this is where that cool mausoleum is. I'm like, So we get out. I was like, this is my dad. This will be in the next podcast. This is my dad. He goes, okay. So this is my grandma. It's like, okay, this is my uncle. He said, okay. And he turns around and looks. I'm like, perfect. The plan is working. So I said, the mausoleum's over here. Let's go over here. So we walk and we'd walk and you hear footsteps behind us in the leaves because there's some leaves still on the ground. We walk and you get leaves. Walk and you hear something. Well, we get in the mausoleum and I'm showing all the people that I think I maybe know. I'm just like pointing out people. I'm like, yeah, they were our neighbor. They were not our neighbor. Again, this is when he finds out that I was completely lying to him. And no joke, we get to where that big, huge stained glass window is in there, and something grabbed him, and I caught that man in my arms, Scooby-Doo style. And I wish I would have gotten it on video, but I knew he would know something was up if I had the camera out, and most good things happen off camera, and I literally caught him Scooby-Doo style. He said, never tell anybody about this. So here I am telling people about this.
It's his time to shine.
It's his time to shine. It'll be his time to shine whenever we get him on the podcast.
Is the paranormal industry more about belief than truth?
I'd say it's like 50-50.
Wow, though.
Because, like,
I feel like you have to have a stronger belief in that.
You do, but
to actually see the truth.
You have to. I feel like, honestly, sometimes you have to see the truth before you really believe. Because, like, you like a picture of the kid, like I've shown that to multiple people. They're like, show me a picture of a ghost. Like, you ghost hunt. Like, my friend Jake, he's like, you ghost hunt. I said, here you go. Here's a picture. He's like, oh. Like, most people are like, show me. It's kind of like, show me the car facts, really. It's like, show me the ghost facts.
Old car fox. I like those trunk monkeys.
What is that?
You remember those You don't remember the trunk monkeys? God, we're gonna have to watch a video.
That sounds racist.
Nah.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Quadcast.
Remember, breaking stigma doesn't stop when the episode ends. We're building a movement, and you're a part of it. Stay strong, stay aware, and stay connected.
And this is the Quadcast, signing out.